Hey everyone, and welcome to episode number 4 of my Hardcore Iron Man series. Now this episode, you can see, I am stood outside of Varrock, and I'm here for a very good reason, because this episode is the episode that I get my Vanquish. Yeah, that's right, May. I'm coming for your weapon. Should be May and your little dogs and stuff holding my weapon. I want that. And anyway, where was I? Yes. 150 quest points is what is required. I ended the last one on 125 quest points. And these last 25 quest points, I didn't want to just be anything. I'm going to use these quest points on getting some really cool stuff unlocked. And the very first thing we're going to do is Dragon Slayer. So of course, for Dragon Slayer, you need to get the 3 map parts to get to Crandor. First one, Meltzar's Mage, just got to kill a few things, really nice and easy. The second one, you just have to get some stuff and kind of open that door, grab from the crate. And the last one, you've got to punch this guy and then use area loot to get the last bit. And I got like 5 somehow, but yeah, map done. RIP Cabin Boy Jenkins. And with all that done, let's kill the dragon. Now this dragon, I'm going to be honest, I was expecting it to be like really easy, but like it hit me a bit harder than I was kind of expecting, especially through the shield. But we did it. We rip off the dragon's head because, you know, we're just that strong. Let's turn it in and finish off the quest. Hey, there we go, Dragon Slayer complete. Second up today was the Tourist Trap quest. Now this, as well as giving some agility XP, which is one really good thing from this, it also unlocks the ability to make darts. Now in this episode I was first trying to go towards 69 fletching so that I could make myself rune bolts to train my range up later, and darts turned out to be a really efficient way of doing it, so let's go and make some. So I did say earlier that the aim was 69 fletching for rune bolts, the tier 50 ones. Turns out that you don't need level 69, you need level 58 to make emerald bolts, which are also tier 50. So we saved ourselves a bunch of time just by making mithril bolts and attaching emeralds instead of going all the way up to runes. Now with the level to make some hefty bolts, it was time to get the level to actually equip them. So I went off to baby blue dragons. They drop baby dragon bones, which is a lot of prayer XP with my necklace and bone crusher. So 44 prayer, 43 range, 53 hit points, 44 range, 45 range, 45 prayer, 46 range, 47 range, 46 prayer, 48 range, 49 range, 47 prayer, and finally 50 range. Then, time to make the emerald bolts and get back to questing. Troll Stronghold was first on this next list. I wanted to at some point obviously go to Godwall's dungeon, and finishing Troll Stronghold is essentially a requirement for doing that. Next up was Horror from the Deep. This allows me to get Dagonoth Slayer tasks, which will be really useful. I can use Dagonoth Kings as my Dagonoth task later on, and that will really help get the Dragon Hatchet and of course level up my Slayer massively. Then Mountain Daughter, which I just felt like doing. It speeds up a clue step in hard clues, I guess, but I just did it because why not? Taking a break from quests because the next one was fairly big, I decided that Menaphos rep will be something that I'm going to have to go towards getting, and a couple of really nice ways of doing it while I'm AFK fishing is anytime I see the soul obelisks come up, I go and do that, and of course the corrupted scarabs, which I've also been doing, so my Slayer level has gone up a few since the last episode. Then, the big quest that I was going to do next, Fremenic Trials. This required a few things to do. I needed a raw shark, which meant that I was going to go and kill water fiends, which first meant that I needed to do the barbarian fire making training, so I needed 35 fire making for that. Then I went and I killed some water fiends. Fortunately, it only took me about 10-15 minutes to get myself the double shark drop. Took that raw shark, and the only thing that I needed before going off and doing the trials was some ring of recoils. So I went and I got them, and then it was time to face the trials. First trial, we gotta get this guy super drunk. So I've got my GT beer with 0 alcohol, and yep, you're so drunk that you gave us your vote. Then we sing the most beautiful song in all of Galanor, apart from Only Gunner's Ground obviously, which is just a way better song obviously. Pia the Seer, I'm out of your house, give me a vote. Thank you. I actually killed this thing too quickly. Yeah, I have his vote now anyway. Then one small trial to get the merchant's vote. Yep, nice and easy that one. And finally, killing whatever this guy is called. It wasn't as bad as I was expecting. Obviously I didn't hit very well, especially in the 4th fight. But the ring of recoils did work. And yeah, easy win. That's all the votes I need. So, Fremennik Trials completed, and we can move on to the next stage towards getting Kingdom, and that is Hero's Quest. Before I could do Hero's Quest, needed a couple of items. The first one I needed was the ice gloves, so I could kill that fire phoenix thing, and then I needed a lockpick. Now a lockpick isn't easy to get on an Iron Man really, and the way I decided to do it was by doing the second of the capers in the Thieves Guild. So I've completed the first one. 41 thieving is then the requirement to do that second one. 6 from the men, 6 from the farmers, 6 from the hand members, 6 from the master farmer out in Draenor Village, 6 from the guards at Varrock, and then 2 from the warrior women people in Varrock. And then turn them in, 43 thieving and a lockpick. After all that, failed to actually record me doing any part of the quest, but hey, here's me finishing Hero's Quest. That's good enough content, right? So Hero's Quest is done, and that can only mean one thing. It's time to unlock Kingdom. So throwing some miscellanea, and I'm a classy guy. I decided that, you know, to get Princess Astrid on side, I had to go with a proper diamond ring. So we've got Astrid, and yeah, now we can just skip to the end of the quest. Quest complete, and we're going to add 500k that we basically got from May last episode to the coffers, and set it all to regular wood and a little bit on herbs. I'll change the herbs to hardwood once I've completed the second kind of Thrones quest. Next up on the chopping block was Shiloh Village. I mean, it's just kind of a really basic, easy quest. And we got some crafting XP, so that's nice. Then it was time for this. A small favour. One small favour. And we all know exactly how small this one small favour is. Enough moaning about it, let's just go and do it. We're here at the dwarf flying person. We've done his gems. That means we're halfway through. Let's go and give everything back. Oh, it's done. We're finished. We're finished with one small favour. Let's move on and just pretend it never happened. Let's have some nice herb lore levels, 49 herb lore, and let's just move on with our lives. With one small favour complete, we're just 7 quest points away from getting that Vanquish staff. So I decided let's do some easy ones. Mists of the White Lands, I have my enchanted Yeti dung. We give it to the guy here. Mists of the White Lands complete. Next up we did Zoga Flesh Eaters. Then I did Between a Rock, another one of the dwarf quests. This one, yeah, just again really simple. And then the final quest before we go and get ourselves a decent weapon for all 3 combat styles at tier 75. We did Creature of Frankenstrain, and that is 150 quest points. We can go and get ourselves Vanquish, and then I suppose we should probably actually get the combat levels to use it. Hi May! Said earlier I'd be back to get this weapon, so that's the dice claimed. Now, Vanquish, 150 quest points. Accept. Yup. Okay. You've got tier 75 hybrid armor. You've got a tier 75 weapon that can change between all 3 combat styles. Ooh, yes. Now, the next episode is probably just going to be spent training that level. Well, those levels. So that I can use it in all the combat styles. And that will open up PVM to us, and we can really start moving this account. And then just to round out the episode, some other stuff I've been doing this week. These are a few hunter levels that I've got while trying to get myself the Chinchompers for player and farms. No such luck there yet, but oh well. I had 4 daily challenges stocked up, so did all of them, and then Herblore, Fletching and Crafting. Got levels in all of those. Nice and easy. Of course, as I said, trying to get the 75s, so there's 55 attack, and I decided that if we're going to be doing some bossing next time, that we're going to need some food. So I got 60 fishing down at Menafos, and then I cooked all the Desert Souls, got me not only 60, but 61 and 62. As I said, I've been training up the combat stats so I can use Vanquish later. This isn't a particularly interesting level on its own, but it's 75 overall combat, which is the requirement for Keldar, so we can get ourselves some good Slayer tasks in the future. It's been a few days since I completed the Thrones Miscellanea, so I've come back to see what my guys got for me and add some more money to the coffers. Ooh, 1,278 maple logs, that's going to be really helpful. Some herbs, obviously I only put 1 guy into herbs, and a few bird's nests, which are always a bit useful, so yeah. We're gonna move that guy out of herbs. We're gonna chuck him into mining, I don't know, fishing, I don't know, something else. He wasn't really useful on herbs anyway. Right, that is pretty much everything that's been done of use. Let's go and see where all the stats lie. Before we look at our skills, just a quick word on dailies. There haven't obviously been any shown in this episode. I'm still doing them, I just didn't want to show quite as many as I have previously because they get a bit monotonous, they're all the same. But rest assured, I'm still doing them. But let's look at the stats now. My total level has only gone up by about 140 or so from the last episode. Most of my focus this week has been getting those last quests, a few really long ones to get those 25 quest points that I needed. Combat level is up to 75 for Keldar, and a few other things of note. Herblore, which is where my Jack of Trades has now gone into, is now up at 54, we're starting to motor along with that. But anyway, next week we'll be more focused on getting these stats up, and doing some PVM with my new weapon. Make sure you leave a like, subscribe if you're new, and leave a comment of what you would like to see in this series going forward. I'm always looking to improve it for you guys, and I'll see you next week. Goodbye.